Yo, 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 it's Sunday! And you know what that means? It's time for the best show on all of YouTube. It's time for the All Effing Wrestling Show. Beam me up, Scotty. What's on the show today?
We got some news. There's some big news, big loss, big stuff is now happening in the world of professional wrestling. And then, you know what? Topic Tron 7000 spit out the topic. He said, you are going to do the big wheel. And that's exactly what we're doing.
We're doing the big effing wheel. And if you remind me, I might just have a joke for you for the joke of the week. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, we haven't done a joke of the week in a while.
But before we get all to that,
yeah,
Canada Dry, hit that music.
Clear for takeoff.
That's all systems go. We need that AFW logo up. Stat.
You're watching the AFW Network.
Woo! Sunday. I am your chief shenanigans officer, still reeling from the shenanigans that happened last night. I'm still in my head, this wrestling fog. I have to say, it's controversial, but I'm going to say this. It's maybe the greatest time to be a wrestling fan is right now. Right now. I am, of course, the almighty JFB, James from Boston.
Keep his supper warm, all right?
Yeah, keep it supper warm, my man.
You have a tin foil in the oven. Just at a low temperature, just to keep it warm.
The secret is low heat and a dome of tin foil.
Yeah. Let it percolate.
I am the patron saint of professional wrestling. I am the founder of the Big Effing Wheel. I am that bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Canada effing dry, damn it.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I'm 10 pounds lighter than I was last month.
Congratulations.
Yeah, all right. Canada Dry dropping the LBs, my friend.
I don't know if you can see it in my face. It's not just beard disguise.
Yeah. No,
the beard definitely frames it. That's for sure.
Yeah. I like it. What about that guy right there?
You know, it's me. It's the EVP here on a beautiful sunny Sunday afternoon, or for Canada Dry Sunday morning. How are we doing?
Sunny here too. You sunny GFB? Sunny GFB?
It is actually. It is
nice. We got sun all around.
Yeah.
Spring is on the way.
Yeah.
Spring is here, as far as I'm concerned. After our 2-week winter was over, I declared it.
Well, no, it was 24 degrees when I woke up this morning. That's not spring-like weather.
Oh, man.
So you're not quite caught up to us yet.
Not quite, no.
Not yet. It's coming, though.
But I live on the East Coast, so when we catch up, we'll just slingshot ahead right to 90 degrees.
You just turn it right up, and you'll keep your supper warm.
Not even trying.
Nope. You put the. Has anyone ever tried frying an egg on a sidewalk?
I have.
No.
See, I think that would be a cool YouTube video. You clean the sidewalk nice and good, and you just sit there eating it.
I wouldn't eat it. You can clean it all you want, and I'm not going to eat it. But
you could clean it really good. It's just cement, right?
Yeah.
I do want to try the whole putting cookies on a bake sheet, put them in your window, and see if it bakes them or not.
You get the elapsed timer on that.
I have a friend who cooks meat on his engine block.
Crazy.
He knows perfectly how to. I kid you not. He knows how to cook a steak to the perfect temperature by the amount of driving he has to do and the route. He has a route.
Does he do the mathematical calculations and all that?
Oh yeah, he's got a route. He's got it's built into his GPS. It's freaking amazing. Yeah. I went over his house.
A hard pass.
I had that was a hard pass too as well. I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And one day, we were on set, and he's like, listen here, I want you to taste this. And I'm like, no, I know where that's been, and I don't. And he's like, no, just go ahead and taste it. I made it this morning, and it was absolutely divine. It was delicious. It did not.
Because all he has to do is put some tinfoil over there. It's just heat.
Yeah, he triple wraps it in tinfoil. Yeah. He has a certain basket he puts it on that he affixed to the engine. And then he drives, and then he takes it out. He rips it out of the foil. And
you could put tinfoil on the cement maybe to do this with your eggs.
You could. I would do that. That would be all right. That would be okay. There's a I have a friend who's an avid camper, and he does. Oh, good Lord. He's an avid camper, and he's got a solar oven that he uses to cook. And it looks like this big, like, satellite. Yeah, it's Joseph Gary.
Hey, Gary, how you doing, bud?
I'm all right. How are you, gentlemen, this morning? You know,
I thought you were sleeping. I invited you on the show. You said you need to get your beauty sleep.
you know, made your calls. As you can see, I'm in the bathroom.
What's Gary?
Well, here's my question. I got some advice I need from you guys. People say that I'm full of shit. What is the best way for people to not think I'm full of shit all the time? You know?
I think you just got to shit a lot because you're going to empty it out.
I don't think that's what they mean when I say I'm full of shit. I think it's
my
metaphor.
Pooping is always the answer, brother.
Okay. That works for me.
JP?
Actions speak louder than words, but you should always carry a bag of shit along with you. So when they say, hey, you're full of shit, you throw it at them and you say, no, you're full of shit.
No, you're covered in it.
And then you run.
That's a good advice.
I love the Borat. What do you think? What do I do with the poo? EVP Joe, what is your advice for Joseph H. Gary?
Take the high road and ignore them. They ain't worth the time.
You know, you might be right there, you know. Especially so I could stay humble too, you know.
That's true. Yeah, you got to stay humble.
There's no one more humble than Joseph H. Gary. It's your middle name.
That's right. That's my mother used to call me Joseph Humble Gary all the time.
I don't believe we've had someone taking a shit on the podcast before.
Yeah, I think this is a first.
Woo, man.
All right, gentlemen, I'll let you guys go. Have a great show. Humble
All right,
one
enjoy your
month
poop.
Thank you. I will.
That Joseph H. Gary. What a character, eh?
Oh, I love Joseph H. Gary.
That's one way to put it.
I love him so much. Most humble guy I've ever met in my entire life.
And he's got an award to prove it.
And he's got an award to prove it. That is true. He is an award-winning humble guy. So, God. All right. Before we get started with the main event, my God, let's get to the news. From the four corners of the globe, from our studios to your home, this is FNN, the FN News Network, starring Canada Dry and the JFB. You know what really chaps my ass?
What really grinds his gears?
I hate when promoters are like, we are going to revolutionize wrestling tonight at this show, or we're going to change the history and change the course. And you go tune in because you hear it and you're just like, oh. Last night, Elimination Chamber, Triple H said, we're about to change the game. And
it's time to play the game.
he changed it. All right. Let's talk about it. Canada Dry. Let's talk about Let's talk about it. Let's just
All
talk
right.
about it.
So it was big. Don't get me wrong. It was big. It made that show so much better with that at the end.
Yeah.
That being said, it's not the biggest heel turn of all time.
It's not.
I think Hogan's was bigger.
Okay.
Hell, I even think Bret Hart's turn against Steve Austin was bigger.
Okay.
What do you think, EVP?
I mean, the biggest heel turn is Hogan, because legitimately no one saw it coming.
Yeah.
We all kind of had a feeling. Some people were like, yeah.
Like, it saved WCW for a few years.
Yeah.
And it extended Hogan's career for a few years. Because if you guys remember, before the heel turn to join the NWO, he was feuding with Kevin Sullivan in his Dungeon of Doom.
There's no Hulkamaniacs here, brother.
Yeah.
So someone you reported like
So
Twitter
one of these AEW grifters, haters on Twitter, put out a tweet that said that the Cena heel turn was the greatest thing ever, and this is why AEW is going to fail. I'm like, they really don't have anything to do with each other.
I mean,
like WWE's success doesn't determine AEW's
viability,
fortune.
Success.
Yeah.
no. I mean,
that to me is a bad take because, and I get the favoritism towards this because this is a lot of people's wrestler Hulk Hogan growing up.
yeah.
This is their Hogan.
Yeah.
But it doesn't compare to the real Hulk Hogan.
No, because
Like Hulkamania died that day. They were throwing shit at them.
Yeah.
Like Hogan didn't start his career as a heel like Cena did either. Cena,
Well, they were similar. Hogan was bad before he was in that Rocky movie.
That's true. He kind of was a heel when he was while he was playing Thunder Lips.
But after that movie, it kind of took his career off.
Yeah. I mean,
I got two questions for you because I think all three of us agree that Hogan is number one. Correct?
I agree.
I like
Jay.
It's still number one, though. Correct?
Yeah, it is number one, but
here's why, JB. This is the end of John Cena's career. He's got 10 months left in him.
Yeah.
Like, if this was 5 years ago, it's almost bigger than Hogan.
Yeah.
But the tail end,
Okay, but real quick. So, one, I think the face turn eventually is going to be massive again because there's no way Cena's ending his career as a heel.
Which kind of delegitimizes the whole turn.
No, it doesn't.
I think it does.
Yeah.
You sold your soul to just turn.
It depends on the story. It depends on the story they tell. That's what matters.
Okay.
But now here's my question: Cena heel turn, bigger or not bigger than the Rock at '98 Survivor Series?
Way bigger than Rock in '98.
Okay.
Way bigger.
Cena heel turn, bigger or not bigger than Austin aligning with McMahon?
Bigger.
Okay.
Way bigger. Yeah.
I don't know if it's. I can't say way bigger because we don't have hindsight of looking at this Cena run yet. I think
I give my opinion
everything hinges on what they do with Cena for the next couple
my
months.
opinion on this, JP. Bret Hart turning heel versus Austin or the Cena one?
I think it goes Hogan, Cena, Hart. I think the problem with it was because it was a double turn and it was done so well, but it took all the focus from Bret Hart, him being heel. I feel like if he stayed in the ring a little longer, beating up Steve Austin, that would have put it over the moon. I think they got him out of the ring too quick, and all the cameras turned as he's walking away. They all turned away, and that was it. You didn't see Bret Hart. All you saw was Steve Austin.
Bloody Austin.
If they do Haney's suggestion, it'll be the worst WrestleMania thing I've ever seen in my life. It would just talk about delegitimizing Cody's heel turn. I mean, Cena's heel turn. That would ruin. That would be horrible.
I don't know. This is a WrestleMania sort of thing. This is like the celebrity. I like it.
I don't.
For night one, I don't mind that.
Oh my God!
WWE has enough stories and enough other stuff.
What do you think of Haney's suggestion?
This has to happen. I will. If this is actually going to be booked, I will find a way, hide or hair, to get to Las Vegas to see this happen in reality.
I'm telling you now, if this match gets booked, I'm not watching Mania. You're going to need someone else to do their post show. I will not watch it.
I also wanted to shout like he's watching, so I want to say it just in case he takes off.
Oh my God, it will be so awesome because and it's
on the wheel, JFB.
Huh?
It's Alex's birthday and it's on the wheel.
Okay.
If it lands on that, we sing happy birthday to Alex Haney. But I want to say happy birthday to Alex anyways.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Alex.
Wow. Well, I want that to be a reality. And I think if anybody's going to pull it off, it's going to be Triple H.
I'm not saying it's going to be good.
Oh, it's going to be horrible.
But celebrities is kind of their thing.
I want to see Travis Scott try to do a high spot. And then then the next day in the news, I want Triple H to explain to the reality of why Travis Scott is in the hospital paralyzed.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for a lot. That's all I want.
He's like, I don't really see injuries. I don't really see them.
Yeah.
No, I don't see them.
Yeah. Corporate stooge, John Cena. He doesn't even. And that's beautiful. That's perfect. The two things that really surprised me was the thing.
And Alex is prefacing saying it's going to happen doesn't mean it's going to be good.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be good. Just because you book it doesn't. I mean, it's 50-50 booking. It's either going to be good or it's going to be bad.
And you don't have to make this a long match.
Yeah. And you don't even have to get Cody and Cena involved. They can go ahead and start scuffling on the outside. Let Travis Scott and let Bad Bunny just go at each other.
Bad Bunny is good at this.
Yeah, he's not bad. He's actually pretty decent as a wrestler. I can get rat's ass. Travis Scott's freaking awesome. I love Travis Scott.
I will say, there are people saying that Rock, Cena, and Travis Scott are the new NWO, and that's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
Also, did you see R-Truth's tweet?
No.
Yeah. He's like.
So Brandy tweeted out that Cena is a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Truth was like, let's wait and see what happens. So
maybe he has his reasons.
Yeah.
There are some wrestlers who have a great Twitter game. R-Truth is one of those guys who has a great Twitter game. I
like Drew's Twitter game as well.
Yeah, Drew's. Punk's Twitter game depends on what Punk wants to do, but Brian Idol has a great Twitter game. Shut down Lars Sullivan. He's like the only wrestling you'll be doing is in your mind. Yeah, which is not a big stretch because anybody who's ever met Lars Sullivan can tell you that just because if you give him two numbers and ask him to add them together, you might not get the right answer. That's all I'm saying. He's not very smart. Anyways, But yeah, Jade Cargill returned, beat the shit out of Naomi and left her for dead, basically. Iron Sheik's Twitter game, is King Terry. There's two that I have followed since Twitter really exploded, and that was Wendy's, whose Twitter game is amazing.
Wendy Richter?
No, Wendy's
the
restaurant.
Oh.
Oh,
I was like, Wendy Richter's on Twitter? Why have I not been on?
Wendy's on Twitter is amazing. Arby's is really good too. And then, of course, the Iron Sheik, because that guy just...
You know who had a good thing before we found out it was like someone else running it?
What?
Buff Bagwell had a good Twitter game before we found out it was someone else running it.
Yeah, he had a great Twitter game until we found out it's somebody else's Twitter game that he's got. He ain't his game. Woo!
Hold on real quick. Going back to Wendy's, I love seeing like the threads of like Wendy's and Arby's and Burger King and McDonald's. They just go back and forth at it. It's great.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Randy Orton showed up. So part of my news was that that there are several doctors within and that are within WWE that have told Randy Orton that you need to consider retirement way sooner than later. But Randy Orton showed up, RKO'd basically as many people as he possibly could because he's the little RKO.
I like the little handshake bit and the RKO's him.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a nice touch.
Yeah. Elijah signs with TNA. Here's the thing. TNA just lost 3 major stars. They lost Jordan Grace to WWE. They lost Speedball Mike Bailey to AEW, and Josh Alexander has already basically said he's already signed with AEW. So you have these 3 talents, and then like your big signing is Elijah. And I don't know how they're going to do it because, to be honest with you, I have not watched TNA in a year and a half. Like, it's just not good anymore. Like, when Scott D'Amore left, that's when I stopped watching. It's garbage now. It's horrible. So, but yay for Elijah.
We got Tessa Blanchard. Come on, they got Tessa Blanchard.
Oh, yeah, Tessa Blanchard. Everybody loves Tessa.
Which they also said they are not going to deal. They're not going to discuss or deal with her racist remarks of the past. They said this is not going to come up.
Yeah. Okay.
You hear the chants that she gets every time she shows up at TNA?
Yeah.
What are they saying?
Like, we're coming to get you, which is basically a nod to some old stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So she's
getting worse heel heat than Charlotte Flair. She got booed pretty bad.
Yeah. So the person that everybody thought was going to show up at Elimination Chamber and did not is former AEW star Malachi Black. It is imminent that he will return. Here's the thing. I don't think he goes to Raw. I think he goes to SmackDown. I don't think he goes to Raw for the Judgment Day. He's married to Zelina Vega. Triple H is old school. They like to keep couples together so they can travel together. So I think we'll see.
You know what my thoughts are on this?
Go for it.
He's not debuting until after Mania. It makes 0 sense unless you can give him a match for Mania.
Yeah.
Like, you've already got all these stories going, all these moving parts, and then you throw some new guys in it, and wrestlers get pissed.
Yeah.
When someone comes in and all of a sudden they're booked.
Yeah, I think it's the Monday after Mania. I think it's the Raw after Mania is when we'll see.
And same with Ray Phoenix if he ever gets released from AEW jail.
No. They found out he was wrestling with a hangnail for 3.5 years, and so they're gonna tack that onto his.
Damn hangnail!
Yeah, damn hangnails. Gotta watch out for those hangnails.
Hangnail Adam Page.
Well, speaking of people who are no longer in AEW, Layla Hirsch actually has decided not to resign. They tried to resign her. She said no.
So this isn't just like they're not resigning her. She's not interested.
She's not interested.
Well, here's the thing. Like, her stock was so low in AEW that you got to go somewhere like TNA or Japan and build it back up.
Yep.
Because WWE is not going to be interested.
Yeah.
So you got to build that star back up. So I understand that. It's kind of like the Santana idea.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I don't know where she goes.
I
Maybe
don't.
she just works the indies, does like Hog and GCW maybe
Yeah.
for a while. Like I'm not really that interested in her.
Yeah. Maybe
Like
she'll work.
Tony was big on her, and then it just kind of
She got injured.
and then there was like she got surpassed on the depth chart.
Yeah.
She was out for like over a year. It's hard to keep your spot and just come right back in like it's nothing when you're gone for such a long time.
Yeah.
And you're not a Randy Orton or a big name.
Yeah.
So
I mean, in all honesty, she might just wind up at a coach outlet in some Tanger's Mall in the middle of nowhere.
she's from New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
What? She's not really from Russia?
Oh, she's from New Jersey.
From Jersey.
She's from Jersey.
I like Japan for her.
Yeah.
Stardom.
Yeah, I like Stardom.
Mexico wouldn't be a bad idea either.
Yeah.
You know, she's big and beefy, and that's how the Mexicans love American women that are big and beefy. I'm not saying she's fat. I'm not body shaming.
No,
her.
she's stocky. Like
She's a stocky girl. Yeah, she's very stocky.
She's the Taz of the women's division.
Yeah. There's a reason why people were fantasy booking her joining Team Taz all that time ago when she was first joining AEW. So
Randy Rose. Let's try this one more time. It's Mandy Rose. Her brother Randy is a completely different topic.
Does she have a brother named Randy?
Huh?
Does she actually have a brother named Randy?
No, she does not. No.
Oh, okay. I thought it's like a nice segue.
I'm her brother Randy Rose. Anyways, Mandy Rose is dealing with severe arthritis and severe degeneration of her cervical spine. I don't think she's going to wrestle ever again. Like she was talking about it on OnlyFans and revealed that this is something she's been dealing with even while she was wrestling. So
you know what you do? You bring her back as just a valet.
I don't think you bring her back at all.
I mean, she makes money hand over fist on OnlyFans. She doesn't need wrestling anymore.
Well, let's say AEW decided to sign her. You don't sign her as a wrestler. You make her a manager.
For who?
I don't know, but
you don't need her. She's not going to take that.
No, but they don't do that kind of stuff like the beautiful women managers anymore. I'd be happy to see her do some spots.
I think she would be good for Serena Deeb. I mean, like I watched Collision this morning, and I watched that Serena Deeb promo, and I was like, "What do I care?"
Serena Deeb is bad on the mic.
She's horrible.
People who are bad on the mic. Get a mouthpiece in them. They have guys who can talk. Stokely and all these guys.
Yeah, get her Mandy Rose.
If you can't talk, get someone else who can.
Yeah, Mandy Rose. There you go. If you're gonna sign Mandy Rose to anything, sign her to manage Serena Deeb.
Give her a stable of just cool like people that can't talk.
Yeah. Thank God. All right. Anyways, so take this with a grain of salt. It was previously reported that Shane McMahon and that there were creative differences, and the reason why Shane McMahon is not part of AEW. Dave Meltzer broke it first, and then it was confirmed later by several other dirt sheets that the reason why it broke down was that Shane McMahon flat out told Tony Khan, "I want to control AEW. Creatively, I want 100% control on what happens with AEW."
know how true that is, but
I don't know how true it is either. But
the other part of the rumor was he wanted equity in the company.
Yeah, he wanted equity in the company as well, is what I heard.
Look,
He wanted creative control and equity in the company.
Creative control is what I would call a non-starter. Like, I'm not even entertaining that.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, let's be honest. Like, I don't even. When has Shane ever had any creative control?
I don't think he had any kind of creative control, but I think he sat in on meetings. He offered his advice when it came to his matches and his storylines. I mean,
but that's different than running a whole company.
No, you're right. You're completely right. Yeah, I mean, and
I would mind Shane as being like a top guy in AEW.
Yeah,
but not someone who's calling the shots.
Yeah.
I'd have him more operation side than.
Yeah. And if he's really wanting to run a company, then his dad's starting his dad's starting a company.
We're not sure if it's wrestling or if it's just a movie.
It is not, according to Dave Meltzer, it is not wrestling. It's entertainment. It's an entertainment company. Everybody else is reporting it's a wrestling company, except for Dave Meltzer, who's legitimately reporting that he's starting an entertainment company. The reality is that the people he's hiring have a professional wrestling and sports entertainment background. They're the head of their camera department, their legal department, you name it. Most of the major departments he's heading up right now are from people from WWE or WCW or other.
What if he overpaid for TNA?
He doesn't. I don't think he has to. I think he realizes that TNA is going to have to do two things. Either TNA is going to have to ally and sell themselves to either AEW or to WWE, or they have to fold.
WWE.
Yeah, or they have to fold. They can't afford to stay. They're missing payments again. Wrestlers are not happy. Like, it's a sinking ship right now. Like, your best talent is going on WWE TV for a reason, because they're learning how to wrestle on WWE so that when TNA finally does sink, they can jump ship and it's an easy transition. So, I mean, I don't know how long what was a 5-year deal that they have with TNA or whatever it was. Like, come on.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's just long enough for due diligence to eventually swallow up the small fish into the big pond. So
I remember when the guy came in and bought the Vancouver Grizzlies.
Yeah. And
in front of the camera, we're going to build this team in Vancouver. We're going to be here for years.
Yeah.
A year later, we're moving to Memphis.
Yeah.
That was the plan all along. And that's what's going to happen with TNA.
Like, can you put up Noob's? Hold on. Can you put up Noob's comment real quick?
What is Noob's comment?
I don't want that to happen. Like, it's bad for wrestlers and it's bad for the wrestling business when viable companies disappear.
Yeah, like,
you should want TNA to stay and thrive and be its own entity.
Yeah, that's what I want, because, like, it's cool that Elijah, if people thought he was going to AEW, but no. He goes to TNA. And, like, if you're a top guy in TNA and you can build it there, then you can be a transfer back and be a top guy in AEW or WWE.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, that's the end of the news. I say, what we should do? Throw caution to the wind, my friend. Throw caution to the wind. Open up the window and yell to the world, it's time for the main event.
Finger guns.
This is the main event of the evening. Now, I I don't know if any of you know the history of, we talked last night about the history of the Elimination Chamber. It was Chris Jericho. Way back in the day, the wheel was originally invented as a way for us to torture our interns. We would spin the wheel, and it would be things like, barbed wire chair to the back and, all this other stuff. But, it has some good stuff too, like win $1, antidote, so that, there are ways.
We gave them the chance.
This is the first time you've been on the big effing wheel, JFB.
It is. I'm really
Crazy.
excited. I'm excited. So we spin
Usually
the
it's
wheel.
just being Canada Dry.
Yeah. So we spin the wheel, and then whatever the topic is, we talk about it. So go ahead, spin the wheel,
All
damn
right,
it.
here we go. Here's the first spin. Does Cena beat Cody at Mania? JP, could you handle the comments? So if I'll handle the wheel, you handle the comments.
Yeah, I can.
All right, EVP, go first.
Oh, he has to be. He has to. The story dictates that Cena wins, or this heel turn is all for naught.
Yeah.
Like it absolutely has to happen. Cena to win.
JP?
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest with you. I mean, if it was Vince booking, Cody go over. He'd go over Cena to prove that he's really the corporate champ. But let's face it, Vince is not booking. Cena goes over on Cody. It would be the stupidest thing in the world not to. But again, sometimes controversy drives people to watch.
I mean, usually yes, but you don't have that much time left with Cena. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I definitely think
and this is what I do with this. I have Cena win at Mania.
Yeah.
And you book a rematch for a last match with Cody and Cena, and Cody is victorious and gets the belt back.
No, you can't do that. No.
That's what I'm doing, because then you raise both stocks, and it's a cool story.
Yeah.
Why don't you do that?
I think it cheapens everything if you just have Cena win and then he immediately drops it back.
Not immediately. I'm talking at the end of the 10 months.
Okay. I mean, it's either that or you take this opportunity to create a new.
Yeah, that but I feel like you need to have Cody avenge to chase, have this time of him chasing again.
Well, Haney brings up an interesting point. You all are assuming the retirement is real now.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
could be a swerve the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. I don't know how much longer Cena's bald spot can hold up. So.
I mean, let's face it. If you're going to start a Twitter account, you might as well start it. It was going to be one of two things: either Randy Orton's mustache or John Cena's bald spot.
All right, you guys ready for the next spin?
Real quick, you know who else could possibly be the one to retire Cena and take the title from him? And I hate to say it, CM Punk.
Oh. All right, let's spin the wheel on that note.
Yeah, spin the wheel, Dan.
So we're going to fire a wrestler, any wrestler in AEW and any wrestler in WWE.
Oh.
So we got to pick one for each?
Yes, one for each.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, JB.
I mean, if I'm going to fire anybody from WWE, in all honesty, I'm going to fire Rey Mysterio. I mean, I feel like he just hangs around, just doesn't do anything. And the only reason why he's there is because his kid's there. And he's like, well, I'm in the Hall of Fame, and the kids here, and they want to kind of sell some more LWO shirts to Mexico. I guess I could stay. What am I going to do, though? I'm just going to have the same greatest hits match? Come on. I fire Rey Mysterio in a heartbeat. In AEW, I think the person that I would fire would be Serena Deeb. I think the problem is she just doesn't. She's so one-dimensional. She's the greatest. She's one of the greatest female wrestlers of all time, but she's got no character or persona. Like, she's just kind of like a two-dimensional cardboard. You're afraid if the wind blows too hard, she'll fall over.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
Who you firing, EVP Joe?
Okay, so from AEW, goodbye, Britt Baker. You're out of here.
Yeah.
Max Caster's the easy, low-hanging fruit. We all want to fire him. And then from WWE, firing Damian Priest.
Oh,
I was watching this. I was watching last night, and he just doesn't like. To me, he doesn't.
Affronted, good sir. Affronted, I tell you.
That's fine. I just don't think he's all that in WWE. He was great in NXT. He was great in ROH. I think he's a charisma vacuum as well in WWE.
Oh, he totally is. Yeah, he's like, hey, I'm a somewhat cardboard cutout of Scott Hall. There you go.
Okay, you guys are gonna hate me for who I'm firing in AEW. I'm firing Daniel Garcia.
Oh, I don't blame you. I'm not gonna lie. I don't blame you.
He's a good wrestler, but he's got that deep problem. No personality.
Yeah.
He needs a gimmick. Like, he did this dancing. Now he doesn't even have that. So, fire Daniel Garcia from WWE.
Look, I fixed this. I told you what his character is. He's a trio slut. Okay, leave him alone.
And for WWE, I'm going to fire. I think I'm going to go with Priest as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a solid choice. I mean, here's the thing. Matt B says he wants to fire Kevin Owens. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I mean, firing Kevin Owens, man, that's a solid shot. But, I mean, really, honestly, what's
also a problem when you fire someone? You want to be careful who you fire because they're going to the other company.
Look, as a fan of AEW and what could happen in AEW if Kevin Owens was fired, I would love it. Because one, that means Kevin Steen comes back. But then two, you could have Mount Rushmore in AEW. And I've talked before, I would love to see that.
Tiff will take Garcia in NXT.
I mean, the problem with Daniel Garcia is Daniel Garcia wants to play this hard-ass thug-like character from the streets, even though he's technically from Buffalo, New York, which, don't get me wrong, there are not good parts of Buffalo, New York, but he wants to play this he wants to basically be like what Hook is right now. And what makes Hook over is because he is like, I don't give a rat's ass, whatever. I'm Gen X or
like Hook is more marketable than Garcia.
I figured it out. I know why Garcia is the way he is.
Why?
He got put through many tables by the Bills Mafia at games.
Yeah.
Hit his head too much.
Yeah.
So is this the third spin?
It's not third spin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which young wrestler is going to be a star? And I'm going to say this is Christian's son. What's his name again?
He's going to be a star. His name is.
Sorry, I'm having a brain fart.
Right? So you're talking about?
Yeah, Nick Wayne.
Yeah, Nick Wayne.
I think Nick Wayne is going to be big.
Yeah.
You can go next, JFB. Because I think my name might surprise you guys.
I mean, to be honest with you, I think with it not being Shota from New Japan, I think, in all honesty, I think Carmelo Hayes has what it takes to be the next big star. I think he's got a lot of charisma. He's great on the microphone. He's got a great character. He's great in the ring. I like the fact that he floundered. They connected him with The Miz. Miz is going to take him through the ring.
Oh, the Miz is a freaking anchor on this guy.
No, I think The Miz is going to help him navigate a little bit about what it takes to be a star who's not a champion at the moment. Find the right storyline, get him through, get him flowing, have him go between singles and tag with Miz. I think he's got a lot of uptick. Let's go, EVP Joe.
So I could name a number of guys from AEW, but I'm going to WWE.
Okay.
And it's Dominic Mysterio. When he finally breaks out of this and turns face, is going to be freaking gigantic.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to happen. He's not going to stay heel forever. He's already not getting the nuclear heat like he used to get.
Yeah.
If he can learn to wrestle, you're right.
Yeah. I think the problem with
but he's in WWE. He doesn't even need to learn to wrestle all that much better. Because, like everyone says, they're an entertainment company now. They're not a wrestling company anymore. Wrestling is like tertiary.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree. Yeah. I think there's an upside to Dominic Mysterio, but I think the problem is they have to find it. And I think in WWE is a safe place for him right now to build that character. I think they need to fine tune him, how he works in the ring, his storytelling, things like that. And then he's going to take off like a rocket. So,
all right, we got the fourth spin.
All right. Oh.
All right, we're gonna sing "Happy Birthday."
Aww.
Me, moo, 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 moo. Happy birthday to you.
You are going so slow.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
birthday, dear King. Happy birthday to you.
My wife is in the other room criticizing our acapella.
It's hard. It's hard. All right. That was a quick one. We'll go to spin number 5. Who was the best king in wrestling?
Are we talking about
Give this gimmick the best.
I mean, did he have to be a king pretty much through his entire career? Did he have to have?
Just had to have it at any point.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. King Harley Race, dude. Harley Race was a badass pretty much until the day he died. He fought and beat up everybody. Like, you can go get, I mean, I remember distinctly shaking Harley Race's hand and he tried to crush my hand. And I'm like, oh man, he's like, you want an autograph? And I'm like, yes, sir, please. He's like, all right. Finally, he let go so he can sign the autograph. I'm like, thanks. I really greatly appreciate you not destroying my hand. I'll take it with my good hand. Thanks.
I'll go next. I think, just to be different, the Macho King.
Oh, there you go.
Was pretty cool. Hulk Hogan wasn't a king. But Haku's a good one too. But yeah, I like the Macho King because it didn't seem like it would work.
Yeah.
But Macho Man made it work.
Yeah.
With Queen Sherry.
Okay. My king is King Booker. That man bought into the gimmick. He had his court. He had his queen. And he's one of the more successful people who won King of the Ring. Most people get the King of the Ring and it doesn't lead to anything.
That's true.
But with Booker T, it paid dividends.
Yeah.
And a special shout out to the King of Hearts, Owen Hart.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm really surprised none of us said Jerry the King Lawler.
Well, I just think that molesting women is not good.
Oh yeah. All right.
I will say, I want to give a shout out, to one I think could have been really good if he hadn't have been really stupid and got suspended, and that was William Regal.
Yeah.
He won.
Yeah.
King of the Ring.
That where he was also the GM.
Yeah.
Stone Cold was not he won King of the Ring, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. That's
He
where
didn't really do the gimmick.
That's where he came up with the Austin 316 line.
King of the Ring.
And
I don't think he's the best king, but he definitely the highest ascension out of it.
Yeah, him and Bret Hart didn't really do the
He didn't do the king gimmick.
Yeah. He didn't walk around with a crown and a cape. So
no. So next spin, here we go. Spin 6.
Yeah.
So tell me your thoughts.
What is it's a joke?
This is good. This is just nothing
Tell
but
me your thoughts really quickly in 1 minute or less. Your thoughts on the WWE Hall of Fame, JP.
1 minute or less.
1 minute or less.
If you want to go see a real wrestling Hall of Fame, a Hall of Fame that encapsulates wrestling as a whole, go see the Cauliflower Club in Ohio, which has a Hall of Fame 300 times older than WWE.
And you got WWE people in this Hall of Fame?
Absolutely, 100%. Hulk Hogan's in there. So they induct guys based off of their career. Doesn't matter where you wrestled. You could have wrestled at Lucha Underground. You were distinguished and you were distinct and you changed wrestling.
And is it a physical Hall of Fame?
Yeah, it's a physical Hall of Fame. Yeah. Not like WWE's fictional Hall of Fame.
But they have the money to build this thing. It would be so cool.
I mean, to be honest with you, at some point, TKO is going to have to find a central location to build one building, not a building for UFC, not a building for WWE, PBR, NASCAR, whoever else they buy, but one central location where everything exists in one central area,
The memorabilia alone that could be in this Hall of Fame would be really cool.
Yeah. But, the Cauliflower Club is where you should go. That's what I'm going to say.
EVP Joe, your thoughts
Yeah,
on the WWE Hall
I
of
think
Fame?
it's a joke. A real Hall of Fame has objective third-party people, even though I could take the MLB to task. But
Yeah. Pretty rough.
For me, a Hall of Fame is nothing but a history of your sport. But it tells the good and the bad. I don't think WWE, if it had a building, I think it would go so far in making it more legitimate. Other than this, just all it is a cash grab on WrestleMania weekend to get you to buy a ticket to go.
I think it should be a separate time than WrestleMania.
I mean,
I think the SummerSlam would benefit from it better.
I mean, to be honest with you, there is so much shit going on WrestleMania week.
Yeah.
The week before and the week after. Not just the centralized wormhole of shit like SmackDown, SmackDown, NXT, WrestleMania Day 1, WrestleMania Day 2, the Raw after WrestleMania. I mean, that's 5 freaking shows that you're going to if you bought the whole Megillah. And now you're going to cram in the Hall of Fame? Give me a break. You're right.
And not to mention the 50 other people who flock to that city
Yeah.
that do wrestling shows. Like
Right.
last year, Mania time, I went to the ROH pay-per-view.
Yeah.
The person sitting next to me was like, I've already been to GCW, to this. I'm here now, and then after this, I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember what wheel I'm on? Am I on 8 or 7?
I'm not sure.
I can't
Maybe.
remember.
Let's go 7.
Yeah,
See
let's
what
go
happens.
7.
Okay, worst case scenario, it's the same one.
Yeah.
Favorite cereal, Captain Crunch Berries. I love this shit. And one of these days I'm gonna get that Oops Just Berries one. I love it.
Yeah. What about you?
CTC, baby, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I got some in the kitchen right now as we speak. Apple Jacks, baby. Woo!
It doesn't taste like apples, you know.
So, huh?
It doesn't taste like apples, you know.
No, it tastes like cinnamon toasted Apple Jacks.
They used to say that in the commercial. It doesn't
Yeah,
taste like
yeah.
apples, you know. All right, here we go. Spin 8. Now, I don't eat cereal, Sheriff, but I still fondly remember those. It's like nostalgia.
Yeah.
This one, we spun the wheel. We got Toxic Fans. What is something that picks your butt about the Toxic Fans, JFB?
I hate them. I hate them because they aren't listening. They're not willing to listen to reason. You know, if you can have a civil conversation, a civil discourse between two individuals, you might be able to sway someone to see your opinion as being something legitimate. Not yelling and screaming and insulting and threatening and all this other bull crap that you get, and that internet wrestling community is guilty of it. It's tribalism, it's, you know, it's ageism, it's all this stuff. The fact that you have to, like, I get it, there's specialized likes. Like, I love golden era professional wrestling. I love late 70s to early 90s, WWE, WCW, NWA, AWA. Like, I love that territory shit like you wouldn't believe. I think we witnessed some of the greatest wrestling in the world. And I think we're seeing it right now in 2025. But internet wrestling community and Toxic Fans ruin everything for everybody. That's my stance. Y'all can
What
go
do you think, EVP Joe? What's one thing that picks your butt about these?
The fact that these so-called wrestling fans root for companies to go out of business just tells me you're not a wrestling fan. You're a WWE fan. That's stupid. I can't stand it. I also hate the fact that people are like, oh, you like this stuff, but no, this is the only. No, wrestling is a wide range, and it's for everybody. Just because you don't like it, then don't watch it, but don't insult someone because they like something different than you.
Yeah, don't yuck someone else's yum.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to Captain D's on your shift, sitting in a booth, not ordering shit, and just watching with a big sign that says, "I hope you lose your job." I mean, that's essentially what you say. It's like, "Oh, I hope this promotion goes out."
Essentially, it's like walking in a restaurant and walking to the table where the people eat the food. That looks like shit.
Yeah,
it smells horrible. Like, just saying all these rude comments with what they're eating. I hate this last one. Is they're showing up at wrestlers' houses. Undertaker talks about it. Rhea Ripley saying like someone was in her camera with a big smile from like the movie Smile.
Yeah.
And that you don't show up at wrestlers' houses. Like,
no,
so bad.
I you know what? Here's the thing. I've met wrestlers at multiple ways. I've met wrestlers at paid events where I pay to meet them in a meet and greet. I've met them in, like my favorite thing is always telling about Roddy Piper. And I met him in an airport at a bar and had a beer and sat down and talked to Roddy Piper for a while. And, it comes down to respect. I don't give a rat's ass if you think, oh, well, you got like millions of, I follow you on Facebook and Twitter, and therefore you should bend to the knee. It shouldn't be that way. Treat them with respect to human beings.
Yeah.
Human beings.
Human beings. All right. We got a couple left here.
All right.
All right, JP, I'm going to leave you to pick a comment here.
How about this? Since we've already answered most of them, how about if we do another wheel spin? We'll give them time to put a comment up that we can answer and come back to.
There we go.
Okay, we'll come back to that one. And I'm hoping we get big money because I'm a little low on cash.
Yeah, I am too.
Big money, big money.
We all are.
Yeah. So
How do you end the Death Rider story, EVP Joe?
Oh, I think given everything that's happened, I think you have to have Cope win the title on Sunday, next Sunday. I mean, he has a little bit of a spoiler. He has a match with Yuta this Wednesday that was confirmed on Collision.
Okay.
You can't sit here and have Cope take out everybody else and then he just loses the Mox one-on-one.
Yeah.
I think, and also what happens afterwards is then we get a feud between Cope and Jay White.
JP, what do you think?
if you really want to set the world of wrestling aflame,
Oh God.
okay, you have Moxley, you have Cope wrestling, but the terms have changed. This is a Falls Count Anywhere match. They wrestle out the ring, down the aisle, into the back, out to where the pickup trucks come down up that little ramp. And all of a sudden, the doors close right before the cameras can get through, and all you hear is and Copeland walks through the door with the belt. Little blood on it. Maybe some brain matter. I don't know.
So you're advocating for murder is what you're saying, JFV.
This is a new era of AEW wrestling.
And Moxley comes back as a zombie character.
Yeah. Zombie comes back, but he's going to be under a mask.
Okay, so this is the idea that I pitched earlier on, I think, Dynamite After Dark.
Yeah.
Is you have Copeland win the title.
Yeah.
But this only pushes Moxley further down the rabbit hole. And he comes out like who's the guy that did the Kool-Aid drinking?
Jim Jones, right?
Yeah, Jim. He comes out as your Jim Jones character.
Yeah.
Just everyone's got to drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And just whacked out of his gourd.
I think, in all honesty,
and you bring in a few other people that are just following the cult.
Yeah, Shane not showing up hurt that storyline. He killed it.
Do we have a comment now to show for?
Yeah, Tiffany asked the question.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first? I'll go first. I know the answer to it already.
Okay.
I still jam out to Orton's first song. I forget the title of it.
Yeah.
Burning My Light. I love that song.
Yep. When I go work out, when I go walking, whatever I do, I have I make playlists for everything. One of them is my wrestling walking playlist. And it always starts with one song first. Everything else I shuffle, except for the one song has to open, and that is Bret Hart's opening riff to that thing that dun, 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 dun. I mean, my hair still stands up just hearing that power riff going right into that just
Have
generic.
you seen some of these guys on YouTube that have redone this?
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Yeah,
Like
there's
the one guy with the glasses, the autographed glasses. He does that amazing.
yes, there's a girl who does it on a violin.
Does she do Brett as well? 'Cause we posted of her doing Undertaker.
Yeah, she does Brett as well. I've seen her do
Okay.
Brett. So
you took my answer, so I'm gonna go with Bret Hart. Never say goodbye.
there you go.
It's so bad.
I got another good one. And it is CM Punk's ROH theme, Misery Cantaria. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
That's an awesome song, too.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, like I could say Enter Sandman for Sandman.
Yeah.
I just anytime I'm in a club or place and Enter Sandman kicks in, all I want to do is grab a bottle and just go like and then like chain smoke.
There is nothing better. I've seen a couple videos on YouTube of like, and I don't know what it was, but it's Sandman coming back and the lights go out and that place is jam packed and they just kill the music and the fans just sing them to the crowd.
Yep,
That's pretty cool.
It's so great.
Yep.
Adam Copeland. When he was in Australia and everyone's saying that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, him being sung in, I think, is a great way because these guys are retiring. Copeland ain't going to be around for much longer. That broken leg, I guarantee you, took another couple years off his career.
Do you know what one of the great sing-alongs was?
What?
Was the AEW Dynamite where Jericho was on the cruise.
Yeah.
That was really cool. They're all singing.
Oh, and they all sang Judas. Yeah.
Or the ones, any of the times where he was really in his heel mode and he's like, I'm not letting you have the song, and they just sang it anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we got one spin left on this one chance to win the money.
Okay. Aww.
What was that noise?
My cat knocked over something.
Classic cat move, right?
Yep. And she's just sitting there like, I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, somehow when the wheel started spinning is when he snapped the neck of the intruder, laid the body down, went shh. They came back and said, what are you talking about?
I'm so sorry.
It's a cat or something, You see a hand in the back, kind of just start drooping back down. Yeah.
All right, JFB. What made you fall in love? Which match? Like you liked wrestling, but what match was the first match that made you fall in love with wrestling?
I mean, I could lie and say Harley Race versus Ric Flair for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, but the match that made me fall in love with professional wrestling is WrestleMania 3. That's Macho Man versus Macho Man versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Was amazing. It was beauty. It was choreographed violence at its best. That's what made me fall in love with wrestling.
My match is a total shenanigans match.
Okay.
It was when Bret Hart and Jim the Animal Neidhart beat the British Bulldogs for the title, but it was bullshit because Danny Davis was letting them do whatever the hell they wanted, and it was just bullshit. And it just raised up this anger in me. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And it's just like you buy into the shenanigans, and I loved it after that.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know if I really have a single match, but like when I think back to being a kid, like my first memories of wrestling are 605 on Saturdays, WCW, Jim Crockett Promotions.
Yeah.
And it's the Steiner brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially Rick coming out. He was called the dog-faced gremlin. Like he just had that charisma that as a young kid I loved.
Yeah.
And then you see Scott, who's sitting there doing Frankensteiners, and they were so strong and so athletic. I mean, there's a reason why they're my favorite tag team of all time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's so much like Coco Beware coming in with the bird and the whole Cyndi Lauper and rock and wrestling. I remember having bro nights with my buddies from baseball for a Saturday night main event because you might see Hogan wrestle.
That was the very first wrestling I was watching on purpose.
Yeah.
With Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
I will say,
and oddly enough, Junkyard Dog was in a race with one of the Funks going down a water slide.
Yeah.
It's the kind of stuff I haven't said.
I'd say one of the first matches that I ever intentionally went back and watched was Flair and Sting when they went to that draw.
Yeah.
The match that basically made Sting.
Yeah. Yeah. There are so many matches over the years. I mean, I've waned in and out of fandom with wrestling. I've never really truly said I'm never going to watch any of it. I would watch a week or two, then go off for a week. Sometimes I watch, every show that week. It's there are so many matches where I'm like, I don't think like for example, like I was getting really threadbare on AEW. It was like, I don't know if I'm going to put through myself to do this anymore. And then watching the Danielson MJF 60-man Iron Man match reinvigorated my love for wrestling again.
And I'm excited about this Revolution card.
It
looks stacked.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can get together and do another after show for that, because that's going to be.
I believe that would be in order. That would be good.
So bad news is,
yes,
we didn't win the money.
We didn't win the money. No.
But good news is, the jackpot doubles.
Yeah.
So next time.
Okay. Well, now that we're at the end of our show, you're wondering to yourself, how in the world do I get in touch with you guys? Well, that's going to be brought to you by the multitude of ways. It's these links below. You go ahead and you clack on your keyboard. It sends you to multiple places. I don't know. Like, say you want to get an old school t-shirt, kind of like this one. All you got to do is go to the Adrian Adonis store. Where? ProWrestlingTees.com/Adrian Adonis, where you can get all of your Adrian Adonis gear. Let's say you want to get the shirt that Canada Dry is wearing.
Where they got the wheel.
All you need to do is go to the following place. ProWrestlingTees.com/FN Wrestling and get all of your Pro Wrestling Tees official AFW network gear today. You never know, they drop sales all the time, but if you're feeling just kind of I'm just going to get a shirt, do it now. Just go ahead right after the show, go right ahead to the website, Pro Wrestling Tees, get yourself a shirt. On behalf of Canada Dry, on behalf of EVP Joe, I am the almighty JFB.
On behalf of little Batman Stuffy,
yeah,
I'm Canada Dry. Raise your fist in the air, put the devil in a sharpshooter, and just keep fighting. That was a good show, guys. You guys are my favorite. You guys are like the Beatles, except without Paul McCartney. You guys need to find Paul McCartney to be on this show. Imagine.
Thanks for tuning
imagine
in.
the Rolling Stones
This
were
has
on
been
here.
Tony Schiavone for the All FN Wrestling
Tony
Network.
Schiavone.